Hey friends! Okay, now that we have our bubble printed background and that newspaper collage one, we're going to set up our entire background and then we're going to add our letters and like to make up our word. So what I'm going to do, well first today you'll probably need a Sharpie or some black sort of marker, pencil, scissors, markers, and a glue stick. And so what we're going to do first is we are going to create a sort of shape on here. This could be a pointy shape, it could be a rounded shape. It is completely up to you. I'm going to sort of go for like an explosion because for my word I'm going to do pop. So I'm going to sort of just make a really pointed shape. And now I'm just going to darken some of the edges just so they have a little bit more of like a 3D quality by just shading that side, one side darker and a little bit thicker. And I'm using a chisel tip Sharpie. So that is one of the Sharpies that has like a thicker tip, and it can create thin lines or thick lines, but obviously you can achieve the same result with just using any sort of black marker, crayon, colored pencil. You would just color one side thicker. All right, friends. And then we're going to cut. I'm just going to trace over these one more time because my marker is kind of dying. So I'm not getting like the nice Sharpie black that I want. Let's go over these. All right, friends. And then we're going to cut this out. So you should use most of your newspaper collage. If I was using the time-lapse mode, this would be the part that goes really quickly. Whenever I use the time lapse with my little kids, like my little first graders, they're always like, "You color so quick." And I think they're really impressed until I tell them the truth. Alright, friends. Almost there. Okay. And then we're gonna glue this now onto our printed background, okay? So I'm gonna flip. You could use Elmer's glue, you could use glue stick. Since now your paper is kind of thicker, Elmer's glue would probably work because it wouldn't make the paper ripple. All right, friends. Glue this guy on there. Now I'm going to flip my paper over because I really want to make sure that it's glued well. Sweet. A little bit more under here. I'm gonna rub one more time. Okay, now when it comes to the word, you're gonna choose which word you wanna use, and whatever word you pick is totally up to you. I'm gonna put some in Schoology that you can kind of like look through if you're, you know, confused and you don't have any ideas. And then you're gonna write that word. Now you can do this on white paper, or you can do this on colored construction paper. I'm doing the word pop, so I did 2 P's on this, and then I kind of made like a little popping explosion on white paper that I colored with marker. So all I did was use marker for this part, and you're gonna wanna make your letters like bubble letters. So nice, thick letters. I always tell my kids, if you're unsure of how to do bubble letters, you draw the regular letter first, and then you go around that letter. So I'll show you what I mean by that real quick. So if I was doing a P and I was making it, let me show you here, with a pencil, okay? I can then just trace right around it. So make the first P nice and light, and then trace the inside. And then I would erase my original P, and I'd have my bubble letter. So that's like always my trick. If you hit one that you don't know, like a letter you don't know how to do or you're unsure of, draw the actual letter and then go straight around. Okay. Cutting this out. Our little popping explosion, and this is obviously in place of my letter O. Okay, and then I would glue my explosion and my letters however you see fit. If you want to put an exclamation mark, you could certainly do any of that. So totally you how you lay it out. You can have the letters, and now you might not even have like a symbol. You might just be using all letters, and that's totally okay. I think I'm gonna do mine something like this, but you get the picture. So I won't spend time on camera here gluing that part, because you guys can do that part. Oh, and I gotta cut the center out. All right, friends, I can't wait to see yours. Have fun.